Okay, we're on. Are you ready? Do you need to grab onto your chair to brace yourself because you're going to be provoked? You're going to be woken up? You're going to be stirred up? You're going to be inspired? You might even be confused. Well, my name is Dave Walton. I call myself Professor Provocation, and I am the antidote to the academics and the anti-thought field. I represent the thought field. I represent propulsion and a reduction of resistance and a more awesome, amazing life for you in every area, publicly and privately. Okay? So, again, like I said before, be aware that you can accept or reject anything. Just play around with this. I would say breathe because you might get triggered off, right? So then breathe, step back, and say, what's interesting about this? What new ways could I look at life? What new creative perspectives could I have? What if this made sense? What if part of it made sense? Watch all my videos and you'll get a better idea, okay? And think about it. It's about time that some contrary ideas to the popular crap and compromise and averageness and mediocrity were presented. So that's what I'm doing. Okay. So today we're talking about, in this particular video, we're talking about, living beyond the law of attraction. So people have heard about the power of their subconscious mind, the secret, the law of attraction. There's been fables and stories like the Aladdin's lamp, the magic genie, etc., etc. Okay, so what are these all talking about? Well, the law of attraction is quite misleading. And some of you may have struggled or wondered why the law of attraction isn't working for me. Others of you may think, God, that's just bullshit. You can't create your own reality. We're all victims, right? It's your environment, it's your heredity, it's determined by the institutions, which is quite true if you let it. And okay, but what if you had some influence in your life? Okay, so we could presuppose that you have 100% total influence or you have 1%. So whether it's 100, 45, 56.8 or whatever, let's look at the influence you could have and how you would influence things. So even the most skeptical, uptight, downtrodden, academically infested mind may consider the possibility that the way you run your mind affects what you create in life and how you experience things. So let's just say you had the ability to actually think, evaluate your language, evaluate your imagination, evaluate your emotions, evaluate your physiology, and start to practice that which works better. Then you would be changing your mental state. Then you would be getting better results. You reap what you sow. Seed time, harvest, cause, effect. Okay? Seed produces after its own kind. So if you want to get an awesome result, you need to plant awesome seeds. And that also means you need to eliminate, reduce, bypass, or override all the resistance that you would anticipate or that you know is going to happen likely, or can just happen and you're not aware of what it might be, right? That's why you proactively and actively search out and destroy all identities, rules, roles, so-called beliefs or complex equivalents, conditionings, etc., the components within you that aren't functional, that may have been put in you when you're very young and installed and encouraged and reinforced and pressured into you by malevolent institutions. You got to rip that stuff out, man. You got to rip out those rocks, break up that concrete, make good soil, and plant better seeds. Right? So you reap what you sow. Read the parables in the Bible. You like the Bible? You hate the Bible? You love the Bible? Just look at them as saying, okay, this is some writing, right? What's the wisdom? What can I understand? And what can I apply? It's talking about seed time and harvest. It's talking about sowing and reaping. It's talking about something better than what's presented by the law of attraction. The law of attraction ideas have been around for a long time. It's been called New Thought. It's been called many things. There's been authors that are around in the late 1800s and early 1900s. I've read almost all of them. Started reading when I was a kid. I'd rewrite them. What I didn't like about them was they didn't have diagrams, Diagrams help. And probably I should start adding diagrams into my videos. If you like the idea of diagrams, pictures, visual representations, put it in the comments below, and I'll probably start doing that more in the videos in the future. Okay, so What's the difference between the law of attraction and a better way of approaching this? The law of attraction tends to be understood and applied by most people that it means that I'm here, something's out there, and I need to attract that. I need to pull it into me. That's kind of what it conveys, right? So it's kind of conveying that you're without, right? That you're disconnected and you need to become reconnected. So there's an element of validity to this. And believe me, the law of attraction ideas are much better than just average crap out there, right? So, but I suggest to you another perspective. The principle of creation, the law of creation, the faculty of creation, which is you. You are a creator. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, every day. Of course, hours and days are made up fabrications for convenience or inconvenience, but all the time you are creating. Now, are you creating consciously? Probably not very much. And are you creating consciously and functionally? Very, very little. And that's the opportunity. And most of the time you're creating on automated sense, like autopilot, right? A default buzz where you're creating, right? And most of those programs, most of those patterns were installed by others. Some purposely to mess you up, some purposely, they really thought they were doing the right thing. Yeah. And some is just random, right? So you've been like a vacant lot and people have dumped their garbage in there, right? You need to clean that stuff up. And that's how you can start. So, for example, forgiveness. Forgiveness is often understood superficially as more like a Greek idea of pardoning, right? Oh, I need to pardon somebody. I don't want to, if I want to forgive them, I don't want to forgive that person. Ooh, they really stuck it to me. They betrayed me, they abandoned me because they should have done this, they should have done that. Well, that's another video topic. But deep forgiveness, the deep thinking, spiritual thinking associated with forgiveness is you change yourself. You recreate your inner consciousness to become a new person, or more accurately, a new expression of a higher and better expression of yourself, right? And then you will get new results because you have a new imagination, a new language pattern. So we have new emotions and new physiologies, and therefore you get new results, right? You disassociate from that less than awesome experience, and you create a new complex of consciousness, a new story. If you keep repeating that old movie, the old language and descriptions about that movie, old emotions, old physiologies, and old stories, guess what? You're stuck. It happened to you. It happened to you. It's done. But if it's the next day, the next week, the next month, you're still recreating or making worse the movies, the language, the emotions, then what? Guess what? You're doing that to yourself. And then you reap crap because you're sowing crap, right? So you need to forgive yourself in every area of your life that's not awesome. And you need to start consciously creating awesome stories, awesome movies, awesome language, awesome emotions. If it doesn't seem natural, if it doesn't seem right, true, come on, wake up. You make it true. You make it alive. Belief is making things alive. And this is another great topic for another video, is the difference between beliefs, which are bullshit and harmful, poisonous crap. They're demons, they're toxins that you need to get rid of and exterminate and replace them with believing. Believing is making something real and alive. Belief and faith are making something real and alive and evident and valid and true and exciting that doesn't exist yet to your physical senses and probably never was something you ever experienced, okay? So you can create in your mind movies and language patterns and emotions and physiologies that are consistent with your ideal optimal result, your new way, your better way, the solution state. And you could disconnect from the problem state where the old, dull, mediocre, movies were, emotions were, language was, and you become a new person, right? That is the law of creation in practice. You are creator. When you can start consciously creating awesomeness, you'll start doing it on autopilot. You'll spot the crap. You immediately, some thought pops in your mind. You go, what the hell? This is not awesome. Reject. Substitute. Search pattern. What are the other awesome perspectives, emotions, feelings, identities, rules, and roles available out there? Boom. Practice that. And note to self, do some further research on great exemplars and role models of people and organizations and teams, and what are they thinking? What are their movies? What are their ways of creation? Whether they use blueprints or storyboards or diagrams or plans or whatever, how can I be doing the same thing and do it better? Okay, the law of creation. If you want to look at the law of creation and learn a lot, look at what engineers, civil engineers do, and architects do, and movie producers do, people that write scripts for movies, people that make storyboards, people that set up sets, people that are creative, people that are entrepreneurs and have business plans. That is the principle of creation in practical everyday world, and they may have never read any books about the law of attraction. Start making new blueprints, new plans, new movies, new storyboards, new prototypes to make it real to yourself and others, so that you move yourself and move others to take new actions. Okay? That is the principle of creation, and it trumps the law of attraction. Okay? Law of attraction is words. Principle of creation, words. The main point is, what are you doing to create the most optimal results? Consciously in the beginning and on autopilot later, which is awesome. Okay? So, please make comments below. Like it if you haven't liked it already. Share it with people. If you haven't become a subscriber yet, become a subscriber. Press for notifications. And check out my other videos. I hope they provoke you. And if they don't, write some comments down. I like to be provoked about this. Could be sales, business, sports. It could be certain applications. Or you might have questions like, what's the difference between trance and hypnosis and meditation and prayer? Because I've been taught some stuff and I thought, occurred to me, it's mostly gobbledygook because I don't know if I'm getting practical results or not. And that would relate to this topic of the principle of creation. That could be a great topic for a video. Okay, talk to you soon. Looking to interact with you. Create great results. You are a creator. You are a creator.